Israel gathers to the new temple for the Feast of Tabernacles. There's no mention of them building themselves temporary shelters, but there is mention of the feasting. The Feast of Booths is a remembrance of how God walked with them through the wilderness. It's a celebration of God dwelling with them, and of his care and provision for them. Now he's dwelling among them in the temple. I find it interesting that even after there is a display of the glory cloud filling the temple, Solomon stretches his hands to heaven and repeatedly talks about how God lives in heaven, calling it his dwelling place and asking him to hear from heaven. How many of us fail to realize we have God's presence with us? How many of us throw prayers up to heaven instead of being in intimate contact with one who is closer to you than your flesh? How many sins would never have happened if we acknowledged his presence with us at all times? Solomon, we know, will fall into false worship. He's not seeing God right there with him. Solomon, though repeatedly referring to the temple as the house I built, does pray some good things. I love this line, that he may incline our hearts to him, to walk in all his ways. We need to pray this and acknowledge him at work in and through our lives. We need to acknowledge him in all our ways, all the time, rejoicing in his presence, because in his presence is fullness of joy. The point I love in that prayer is that God can incline our hearts to him, to walk in all his ways. It's his great salvation that he offers us. It's not our work and effort that saves us. Yes, we need to walk in his ways, and yes, we need to live holy, righteous lives. But he is the one who accomplishes it, if we let him, if we choose him. Here's one more good line. God keeps covenant and shows steadfast love to his servants who walk before him with all their heart. You just choose him. Choose to love him alone, with all your heart.